History repeats itself, first as tragedy, second as farce. The production of too many useful things results in too many useless people. The philosophers have only interpreted the world in various ways. The point, however, is to change it. Reason has always existed, but not always in a reasonable form. Social progress can be measured by the social position of the female sex. The country that is more developed industrially only shows, to the less developed, the image of its own future. To be radical is to grasp things by the root. The oppressed are allowed once every few years to decide which particular representatives of the oppressing class are to represent and repress them. Religion is the impotence of the human mind to deal with occurrences it cannot understand. The tradition of all dead generations weighs like a nightmare on the brains of the living. You must be aware that the reward for labor and quantity of labor are quite disparate things. The increase in value of the world of things is directly proportional to the decrease in value of the human world. The education of all children, from the moment that they can get along without a mother's care, shall be in state institutions. Education is free. Freedom of education shall be enjoyed under the condition fixed by law and under the supreme control of the state. The last capitalist we hang shall be the one who sold us the rope. Hegel remarks somewhere that all great world historical facts and personages occur, as it were, twice. He has forgotten to add, the first time as tragedy, the second as farce. I am a machine condemned to devour books. Money is the alienated essence of man's labor and life, and this alien essence dominates him as he worships it. Let the ruling classes tremble at a communistic revolution. The proletarians have nothing to lose but their chains. They have a world to win. Working men of all countries unite. Communism is the riddle of history solved, and it knows itself to be this solution. Moments are the elements of profit. The ideas of the ruling class are in every epoch the ruling ideas. Merely quantitative differences, beyond a certain point, pass into qualitative changes. The true law of economics is chance, and we learn people arbitrarily seize on a few moments and establish them as laws. Ignorance never yet helped anybody. Machinery which is not used is not capital. The extremity of this bondage is that it is only as a worker that he continues to maintain himself as a physical subject, and that it is only as a physical subject that he is a worker. Every one of our relationships with nature and man must be a definite expression of our real, individual life. The forming of the five senses is a labor of the entire history of the world down to the present. Be careful to trust a person who does not like wine. The existence of the state is inseparable from the existence of slavery. The first requisite for the happiness of the people is the abolition of religion. Workers of the world unite. You have nothing to lose but your chains. Capital is dead labor, which, vampire-like, lives only by sucking living labor, and lives the more labor it sucks. A people without a heritage are easily persuaded. All history is nothing but a continuous transformation of human nature. Nothing can have value without being an object of utility. Every opinion based on scientific criticism I welcome. Philosophers have hitherto only interpreted the world in various ways. The point, however, is to change it. Society as a whole is more and more splitting up into two great hostile camps. All science would be superfluous if the outward appearance and the essence of things directly coincided. The alienation of man thus appeared as the fundamental evil of capitalist society. The theory of communists may be summed up in the single sentence, abolition of private property. Nobody, not even a musician of the future, can live upon future products. Man makes religion. Religion does not make man. Religion is indeed man's self-consciousness and self-awareness as long as he has not found his feet in the universe. The more of himself man attributes to God, the less he has left in himself. The meaning of peace is the absence of opposition to socialism. Political power, properly so called, is merely the organized power of one class for oppressing another. Men make their own history, but they do not make it as they please. Democracy is the road to socialism. Necessity is blind until it becomes conscious. Freedom is the consciousness of necessity. There is no royal road to science, and only those who do not dread the fatiguing climb of its steep paths have a chance of gaining its luminous summits. The bureaucracy is a circle from which no one can escape. Its hierarchy is a hierarchy of knowledge. Perseus wore a magic cap down over his eyes and ears as a make-believe that there are no monsters. Society does not consist of individuals, but expresses the sum of interrelations, the relations within which these individuals stand. Labor in the white skin can never free itself as long as labor in the black skin is branded. The hand mill gives you society with the feudal lord, the steam mill society with the industrial capitalist. The rich will do anything for the poor but get off their backs. When the sufferers learn to think, then the thinkers will learn to suffer. Communism begins where atheism begins. My object in life is to dethrone God and destroy capitalism. From each according to his abilities, to each according to his needs.